Okay, the RF scene Rezzer, the device scene Rezzer. All right, so let's get a new one. You go to your inventory and you find it. Okay, you see I got a lot of them. I always take the one on the bottom. Let's put it right there. Let's spin it. Get it to be 270 degrees, I guess. That's the closest one. And then set it back there. Okay, so let's get some furniture. Okay. Now the furniture you do, it has to be copy mod. If you use furniture that's not copy mod, you're going to lose it. So you put them where you want. Situate the furniture where you want it. All right, so you get your scene Rezzer out, right? And here it is, and here's the furniture I want to place around, right? This chair, that bed, and this crane. So open your folder. Right here, the RF device Rezzer, okay? And from the folder you have to this thing and this thing, right? The scene Rezzer script and the device tag has to go on each piece of furniture. So you want to check that. If you're going to do more than one Rezzer, you need to know this. You go to the whitelist, right? Do it again. Open the Rezzer, right? Or edit. Edit's better. Then you go to these tabs. Go to the content tab. Open whitelist. Down here, ID tag. What does it say? Default tag, okay? Because you're probably going to have more than one Rezzer on the same sim. Each of these have to have a specific name. Different name than each Rezzer has to have a different name. If you're only going to use one Rezzer, you can leave default tag, okay? So we're just going to go, we're going to rename it Rezzer 20, okay? All right, there's no space between the colon and the R. It's an automatic or immediate R, Rezzer 20, okay? So while I'm here, I'm going to highlight that and Control C to copy that text. Or you could copy like this with a right click and a left click and then save, okay? There. Now you just designated this Rezzer 20. Now you got to open your folder again. And the ID tag that is going to go in the furniture with the script also has to say that too. So we'll back off this old one. That's from another scene I made. Leave the colon and then Control V, right? Or you could right click and paste, right? Right click, paste. Make sure there's no space there. I prefer Control V as in Victor. Okay, now I save. So I just changed this device tag that's in my inventory. All right. Now you click the script and then you hold your shift button down and click device tag. Now you've got them multi-selected. All right. Click once and drag over to the furniture. Be careful you don't hit the floor by accident. Over to the furniture and you let it go. Look down here. Position stored. I dragged it and I put it on the furniture. It went in the furniture. It right into the contents tab. I'll show you where it went. I edit. Right. these up here, you go all the way over to content, and there they are, right? And now inside this furniture, there's that ID tag that says Rezzer 20 on it, right? So now it matches the scene Rezzer on the wall. Okay, so let's just move this down out of the way for now. So now I take this and I take it. Okay, I don't know why, but now I have to click take twice. Something changed in SL. Take it and it goes to your inventory. Okay, now you put your inventory window right next to the Rezzer. Okay, you go to recent items, open objects, find it. There it is. Okay, highlight it once, one click. Don't double click it or you'll end up wearing it. So edit the scene Rezzer, right? Open the contents tab for the scene Rezzer. Put it right next to your window, even overlap it a little bit. So that way there's no chance to accidentally, res the crane on the floor. You want it to go straight from your inventory right into the contents tab of the Rezzer. Alright, and then you get these little messages down here. Alright, so now you can close this and you're done. Right, so now we left click it, it's ready to go. See, there's 3, 6, 9 buttons, and now there's a number 1. That's the crane is a number 1. It even tells you up here 1, the crane. See, so you click number 1 and it'll res and go right in that exact location, exact rotation and everything. All right, so now you clear and it goes away. Now all right, so I'm gonna put that on the wall a little better. There's settings, right? We're not going to get into the settings yet. Let's just do these two pieces of furniture as well. Okay, let's put them over here so we can see them both at the same time. Now you remember there's only 9 buttons on that scene Rezzer. Well, what if you wanted to do more than 9 pieces of furniture in here? There's not enough buttons. So what you do is you could put a lot of things on one button. You see this number 1 button? Well, we know there's only one item there. But what if the second button, or the number 2, had like 6 things? So when you hit that number 2 button, you'll have 6 things going to the room. You could do that. All right, and I'm going to show you how. Multiple things. So this is still highlighted, the device inside your folder for your device for your scene Rezzer, right? You multi-select the tag and the Rezzer, and we know the tag says the right thing. This tag will match the tag in the Rezzer on the wall. We already know that, so now we're ready to go. We're going to click and drag it into this. There's one. Turn. Where's the other thing? There it is. We're going to click, grab both of them, only click one. Sorry, bad things happen. Don't double click. And we're going to put it right in that chair. Okay, there the position's been stored. Now if I had 10 things out here and I put that in all 10 things, it works. You could still do this, but we're only going to use 2 just for a concept. So we're going to select this chair that's got terrible mesh, edit, right? Then we're going to go over to the bed and we're going to press the shift key on the keyboard, and then your mouse left click. Now you've got 2 things multi-selected. All right, you can let go of the keyboard and mouse and it stays that way. So now you right click any one of these, either one, and if you're doing 9 things, you could pick up 9 things as a clump, right? It'll come as a clump. Right click it and you left click take. Now you got choices because there's more than one item. Take combined is what you want. Okay, left click, take combined, there. All right, so click the scene Rezzer, open up the build window, open up the contents. Oh, look what's in there, the thing we put in there before, right? All right, now put these two together, go to your recent tab, now find the clump of prims that we just picked up. This is my inventory, right? All items, recent items. Now here it is, together. See how it looks different? Like when it's one prim, it's a single cube, and when you pick up multiple prims, it looks like a Rubik's cube, right? So you single click, right, and then click and drag that clump of things over here. There. This is the contents tab that we dropped it into for the scene Rezzer. Okay. So we drop that clump of furniture to multiple items from your inventory to the contents tab of the scene Rezzer. Okay. Now let's close everything. Now what do we got? Let's go over and left click this. Now we have two buttons. The first button, we already know what's there, the crane. The second button, you have two items. It even tells you. So let's click number 2. And watch, bingo, they both come out. See that? Now what happens like if I click number 1? Oh, look at that. Those two things disappear and get replaced with the crane. Well, what if I didn't want that to happen? What if I wanted all those things to be in the room at the same time? Because it was kind of a default there, right? One button replaces the other button, right? All right, so let's go to settings. That's called pre-clear. If you get pre-clear off, right, you fixed it. You changed it. Now to close this, you gotta go to devices. Let's clear all. All right. Now let's try it. Click 1, the crane, and now you click 2, the crane should stay, and the other thing should be added to the scene. Got it? It's good. Let's go over the settings. Settings. I always click all. I let everybody can use this scene Rezzer because I just clicked all. I could have done owner or group. Clear range, right? You might have the furniture farther away from the scene Rezzer. If it's too far away, it won't. The furniture won't hear the command from the scene Rezzer. Like whisper is those are your choices. Whisper, that means that it'll only work if things are 9 meters. When you go to delete the scene, if something is more than 9 meters away and that's set to whisper, it's not going to delete because it's not going to hear the command. Or you could go say, which is I think about 20, good for 20 meters, and then shout. It's not going to hurt to shout everything, right? As long as every lot of nuances. I'm not going to explain. Just go ahead and click shout. All right. The reason you might not want to do shout because you might have several scene Rezzers in close proximity to each other, and if they all have the ID tag as default, then they're all going to delete, right? But if you change your ID tags for every scene Rezzer, then they won't talk to each other. If that makes sense, fine. If not, I can't explain it any better. So we'll just go shout, okay? And we'll go back to settings and look for more settings. That was the clear range. So that means anything within shouting range in SL with that ID tag will get deleted when you tell it to delete, okay? Touch distance. Now, This is a tricky one. You don't want your visitors to be able to delete the things that you put them in or put them on, like a cage, right? So I usually go, like, for toys, I'll do like 4 meters, and then I'll just make sure I don't put the cage within 4 meters of the scene rezzers, right? Submit. Okay. And then this is the one that we really want to do on the sim. This is important. It's called a clear timer. All right. Go 60 minutes 3 times. And you see up here now it's 3 hours. What does that mean? That means after 3 hours, these things will self-delete. Right? That's how we keep the sim from being laggy. So let's go back, and that's the last setting other than the pre-clear, which we went over already. So there's a close button here somewhere. I guess you click devices and then you hit close menu. Okay. So now it's all set up. This stuff will delete in 3 hours time by itself. If you forget, you go to bed, it turns itself off. Now let's try to click this thing. Look at down here. Come closer. 4 meters max distance. That's because of one of the sets. So you got to get closer. And then there you go.